Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. You'll probably notice I changed some pictures here. Thought they would be a little more relevant to gearing up for our APA paper. We're on Module 4 now, so I'm going to open that really quick for you guys. But I also opened the Legal Research Project folder too, so you can see that, but there's nothing new in there that you can't see in your resource section, so that's why it looks similar. So let me open Module 4 and we'll go over that. Alrighty, so Module 4, we're going to specifically be talking about how do we write an APA style. We have legal research for this class in our legal research paper. So one thing I also want to mention too is I went ahead and I updated your legal research paper instructions for you guys because I felt like the last instructions paper wasn't really detailed, and I made this one a little more detailed so you'll know exactly what we expect in your paper. So it's got the document overview here, your page by page layout, so cover page, core legal analysis, and references. All right, so it's got the content blueprint, what things should look like, and each section. So there's a lot of information here, but it's really, I think, going to be helpful for you guys rather than just kind of guessing what your paper should look like. It's a step-by-step guide, so there's no confusion. Sorry about that. I had to exit there because it wouldn't let me based on the screen recorder, but the instructions are located there. They're also located in Module 4 as well, so I updated each one, so there shouldn't be any confusion there. But this link right here in the resource section actually goes to the legal research project section. So it's just a link. There's not two different sections. You have to submit things. It's under legal research. It's all located there. So the same thing. So it's not due, of course, until September 6th. So we got quite a while for that. But wanted to let you know that it's open now because it's already linked in. So if you guys get confused there, it's not due for an extended period of time. So that's a future module. All right, so we want to make sure that you really understand how to write effectively an APA because you're going to be graded both on your legal research analysis and your APA style. So we don't have any homework this week because APA can be super confusing. And if you haven't written an APA before, I want you to really take the time to understand what we're looking at here. So I did provide your legal research instructions really at the top of the tab here, but you have two lectures. Lecture Module 4 and a lecture on how to find a case. So Lecture Module 4 is going to really go over how APA style papers should look because we have to write in this style. It's healthcare's preferred style APA. It's part of the American Psychological Association. It's been around for a long time. We're on APA 7 now. We used to be 6. A lot of the resources that you find online are still going to be 6. We switched to 7 a few years ago. But if you have any questions on which one you should use, just let me know. 7 is the preferred style. There's a couple of changes from 6 to 7. It's an update, so update for 7. So we're on APA 7th edition now. So that's why each of these links have APA 7th. All right, so 2 lectures. Make sure you watch both lectures. One lecture is going to show you how to find a legal case. We can do that through Google Scholar, and you can find supplemental material through the PMI library, so be sure to watch both of these here. I had to pause for a minute there. I don't want to overwhelm you. I had an additional lecture in here. I don't think it's really worthwhile that you take a look at it. It's a little older from a different class, so I'm just going to leave the 2 new lectures for you guys, not to overwhelm you, so you understand the differences in APA. All right, the sample paper is really important, so if you click on that, you're going to have a ton of sample papers in here. And I really tell students, download one of these sample papers. Now, you don't want to download one like this, and there's going to be a video when you pop up that's going to show you some information here, so don't get confused. You can exit out of that. But there's a ton of sample papers you can download, and I would really highly recommend that you download a sample paper and you just input your material into this format. It's not going to look like this. It's not going to have these boxes here. But once you input your material into this format, it'll already be in formatting. So you're going to have to make sure and double check things, of course, but this is a great way to list sample papers. I will to list your paper through a sample paper. So I'm going to upload another way to download. Let's see, here it is actually right here. I already did it. So you downloaded sample paper here, student sample paper without annotations, okay, right here. So when you download that, you'll already be in the correct format. You won't have to redo things in Word, and when you start writing your paper, it should be double spaced and have all the requirements for APA, like we've mentioned in the videos. So I would use sample papers. Don't try to create the formatting on your own. It's a lot easier to use sample papers, as I've mentioned about 50 times now. So take a look at that. All right, there's a couple more videos, APA 7th edition, in-text citations, what those look like, what your references look like, and there's 3 videos here because those are usually the hardest areas of understanding APA, in-text citations and references. Now, why does it say citations and why does it say references? I've never heard in-text references before. References are the list that you have at the end of your paper, just everything you used for research, and then within your paper, you're going to have references listed as in-text citations to make sure that you're giving credit when you summarize things in your paper, because we're not doing our own research. This is not primary research. We're looking at a case. It's already been written down, so we got to give credit to someone else that's either analyzed it or recorded it for us to read. So it's not our research. We're not coming up with our own primary research. I have done primary research in my doctoral studies. That is done by interviews and going through and doing your own data gathering. We're not doing that here. We're using other people's data to generate an overview. Okay, so some more helpful tools here. Just you've listed that. I've listed that a couple of times. Purdue OWL's website is great. Google Scholar, direct link here. You can also just type in Google Scholar to your browser. How to create an effective presentation using PowerPoint. As I mentioned in the instructions, you don't have to use PowerPoint for your video, for your legal research overview. You can use Screencast-O-Matic. Now it's called ScreenPal. That's what I'm using here to screen share. So you can use that instead. It doesn't have to be a PowerPoint. That's completely optional. But a lot of students like using PowerPoint to just help them with the flow of their presentation. It's only 3 to 5 minutes. So if you do an overview of your paper, you're really not going to have much of a challenge there or an issue. I think the paper itself is going to be the most challenging part. But it's not due until September, so we really have time now to start studying APA. Another thing that I want to mention to you guys, I know this has been a long check-in video, but I'm here to help you in any way. If you have trouble or if you have questions about APA, please reach out. I've been doing it for many years, and I'm happy to walk you through any challenges that you might have. Again, no homework this week, really studying APA, how to write effectively in APA. Go over all the material and then reach out if you have any questions. Thanks so much.